What's happening? So today I'm going to take you inside the kitchen with me and we're going to prep up some of my favorite meals. Some of these meals that I've been eating for 5 years or longer. Just kind of want to show you the way to take what could be boring food that you eat on a daily basis and make it a little bit better. For instance, I have these protein packed pancakes that I just prepped. I'm going to show you how to make these. These are honestly some of the healthiest pancakes you'll be able to find that taste just incredible. Uh, Check this out. Uh, let's waste no more time. Let's get into the kitchen. So here we are. First thing I'm going to show you how to make is the pancake that you saw in the first part of this video. What I like to do is I take my quick cooking oatmeal. This is gluten free. I need to have gluten free, so that's what I use. Quick cooking because this actually cooks really quick. So you don't want to use the other type of oatmeal. It's not like Quaker 1 minute or this quick cooking here. Egg whites, cooked and smashed sweet potato. And then what I do is I take my sweet potato, measure it out to whatever I need in grams, tear this out, and then put in my oatmeal on top of the sweet potato. Then tear it out again, change it over to ounces, add my egg whites. And then I put cinnamon on top and I come up with this right here. And what I do at this point is I don't instantly cook it, which I could if I wanted to. I just take this and I put it in the refrigerator because what it allows it to do is the oatmeal will soak up most of the egg whites. If you just take it straight from the bowl to the pan, you're probably going to want to use a little less egg whites than what you actually need. But here, doing this, I was able to use my full 8 ounces of egg whites in this. And when I do this, I generally like to make 4 or 5 of these. And as I said, put it in the refrigerator and just cook all of them at the same time when I'm ready to prep again. But I'm just going to show you how I do this. Um, and first things first, I'm going to heat up this pan. And here's a big key to doing things proper. Use spray oil. It has zero nutritional value. There's nothing in this. Opposed to if you use something like olive oil, coconut oil, macadamia nut oil like this, it's loaded with, it's healthy fat, but you probably aren't going to need healthy fat with this meal. If you are, then that's a different story. But anyway, so just spray your pan down, allow it to heat up, and then I'm going to actually make 4 small pancakes with this. All right, now that I have heated my pan, I'm just going to mix it up again, and I'll just make 4 little piles right here. I'm not even going to spread this out. I'm just going to dump it right on there. I'm just going to make 3 with this. Now I would just allow that to cook for probably a minute to a minute and a half, nothing more. All right, I think they're ready to flip. I'm just going to shake them here, and since they slide across the pan, that kind of lets me know that they're ready. So I'll just flip it, and then I'll kind of just pat it out a little bit. Nothing major here. These are going to be thick, which is definitely okay. I could have still made 4 out of this, and they would have been a lot thinner than they are right now. So now, I'm going to let it cook on this side for probably a minute to a minute and a half. I allowed them to cook about a minute on that other side, and I did go ahead and flip them back over. They are pretty much ready to go now. One thing I want to point out here is with the sweet potato in there, these are not going to cook all the way through. They can't. But your egg whites are going to be cooked, and with you using the quick cooking oatmeal, it's going to be cooked good enough. So I was going to cut this open, but this spatula is just not strong enough. But it's really moist in there, and again, it's nothing to worry about. If it's not cooked all the way through, you'll be perfectly fine. So here's your pancakes, which are full of protein. You have a good amount of carbs in there. What I used here is 8 ounces of egg whites and 90 grams of oatmeal, 90 grams of sweet potato. If I do your program up for you and I put this in your program, um, use the measurements that I give you. But here's something else you can do, and I don't want this to be confusing. If you want to throw protein powder in here, you could do that. Quest protein is the best for cooking, in my opinion. So what I would do in this case, if I was going to use protein in my pancakes, I would have only used 5 ounces of egg whites and then three quarters scoop of protein powder, and I would have mixed the protein powder in with everything there, and then cooked it. Or I would have only used 5 ounces of egg whites and done it just like this, but I would take the protein powder and mix it with water and put it on top and use it as a syrup. But in this instance, what I'm going to do is I will use sugar-free syrup. I like Log Cabin. You can use Walden's Farm, but be mindful of Walden's Farm. It has sugar alcohol. It will bloat you up on occasion, and it can cause a stall in your weight loss. I know it for a fact. I can't believe it's not butter. Is a good substitute for regular butter. But if you're someone that has a high macro count, high calorie count, you could use regular butter. Um, then other options, if it's in your nutrition plan that I've created, do this. But if you don't see it, please don't add it to that meal. Natural peanut butter. Natural. Natural has no palm oil, and this is what you want to look for. Anytime I say nut butter, it could be peanut butter, cashew butter, almond butter, but no palm oil. This one particular Smucker's has no palm oil. If your calorie count is high and you're doing a macro count, chocolate chips could be added to this before cooking. Just mix them in. Marshmallows could be mixed in before cooking. And then also other things you could add. Frozen berries. Frozen berries last longer without running. That's why I always buy frozen instead of fresh. You could chop up a banana and add to this, or smash it and actually add to it before you cook it. Um, um, Other things you could add to the top of this if you have a high macro count would be something like Nutella. Um, Honestly, there's lots of things you could do this to increase the calorie count. But again, if I am training you and I have you on a program, please follow just the things that are listed meal by meal. So there you have it. I'm not going to put anything on this. I just wanted to show you how to do this. If you want to see how it looks fully loaded with what I have on mine, go back to the first part of this video and check that out when I hold it up and I show you the pancake.